Hello everyone, it's Miss Quids again, and today I am going to be doing another video in the LaTeX tutorial series. So it's been quite a while since the last time I recorded a video for this series. I know it's been over a year, but basically recently I thought, why not make another one? So I am on a different setup this time from before, and in fact, I think this might be one of the few videos, or perhaps one of the first videos, where I have recorded completely on my own computer since Quids has built me my new computer. So this is all my setup now. So if you want more information about that, I know that there's a video on that as well. And yeah, things are going to look a little bit different. But anyway, we've still got the same LaTeX setup as we had before, so let's get to it. In today's video, I am going to be talking about different ways of formatting algorithms, in particular pseudocode. So I know that there are packages for formatting actual code, but in this video I want to first focus on pseudocode. What I'm hoping to do in this video is to compare three different ways of presenting a piece of pseudocode, and the algorithm that I've decided to go with is insertion sort. So I have put the pseudocode for this in a commented section at the bottom just so I can refer to it as I go along, and I just pulled this off Wikipedia. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to compile this tech document, and then we will see that we've just got a blank slate to work with. And yes, here we are. So we're starting from the beginning here. So the first way I am going to show, it doesn't require either of the packages that I've included at the top, but it is involving a different kind of environment. So it is the verbatim environment. So as we've seen before, we just do begin and end verbatim with the package name between the curly braces. And the way that this package works is that basically all you do is whatever you type between the begin and the end of verbatim will be displayed verbatim. So this doesn't require a specific syntax, obviously, but what it means is that you have complete control over how things are going to look. So here is how I could type up the insertion sort algorithm with the pseudocode that I have there. And as you can see, the way that I translated this style of pseudocode into the style that I wanted it to have was I just had equal signs rather than the arrow, which I know if I just included that, copied and pasted that, it is going to cause some weird characters to show on the PDF. Doing the style here of the while with a colon is already a bit Python-like, but I could have also done it with curly braces and then it would have been a bit more Java-like. And I have, yeah, I've got while and end while, because that seems to be a bit constant. I haven't put semicolons at the ends of the lines. And yeah, so this is the first kind of baseline that we have to work with. It will just take what you've got and print it verbatim with a typewriter kind of font, which obviously gives you a lot of control, but also means that it's a bit more work to format everything. So it looks like this, and it is pretty much what I fed into the view. So let's have a look at an alternative. The first alternative that I want to look at is the algorithmic environment, which is included using use package algorithmic. And the way this works is it's a bit different. It has these very specific capitalized keywords, I suppose, that you can use, or tags, in order to tag different parts of your code. And of course, with this, we're going to start with the algorithmic environment, declaring that. And there are specific, as I said, kind of keywords that you can use to delineate different parts of your code. So there isn't actually too much going on in this bit of pseudocode that we're working with, or we can look at this one here. All we really have is we have basic statements and while loops and other operations, which can also just be called statements. Obviously in pseudocode or in code, we're also going to have other alternatives. We're going to have conditions like if then, and we're also going to have other kinds of loops, for loops, do while loops, and so on, as well as other bits and pieces. But I mean, the point of this video isn't really to display every single thing you can do with these, but just to show a quick comparison of the different packages and alternatives for how you can display it on a basic piece of pseudocode. So the two kinds of keywords that we're going to use from Algorithmic are state and while. And with while is also end while. So let's have a look at how we'd begin this. So we have backslash state, and then the next thing that comes is after curly braces. I think for individual states you don't need to have the curly braces, but I like to include them for everything for consistency. And the way that this is working is I've got $2 symbols, and I don't think I've specifically gone over kind of doing maths, equations and formulae and that kind of thing. But basically, when you're doing inline typing, you can do dollar dollar to show this bit of text here is going to be formatted as maths. So in this case, I want to say I equals 1, which is actually I gets 1. So that's how I am going to do that. So that is the state. And then we want to have a while. So that is, funnily enough, backslash while. And then I'm going to do the dollar again. And you can see that it's not that happy because I haven't put anything between the dollar signs yet. But what I'm going to do to end it is already put the end while here. So for the while, we want to say I is less than length A, and that's completely fine. We can just go with that, but then we do the indentation more for us than anything else and put the state here. State J gets I, and that's what we have there. The next thing we're going to have is going to be another while, and that is just going to indent. So it would look like this. And you can see what I've done here is I have left the word and outside of the kind of mathematical notation because otherwise it's going to print it in a font that looks a bit italics. So what I have is I'm just doing while j is greater than 0 and this is true as well. And then we can just add our other state statements in. And so I've added these state statements in, and I've also fixed up a little bit of the spacing that I had there. And yeah, so for words that I don't want to be italicized, I have just put them outside of this dollar symbol notation, and otherwise I have included it in the dollar symbol notation. And yep, this is how the finished algorithm looks in the algorithmic environment. So as you can see, it gives you a bit of standardization in terms of how you're actually typing things in, but how does it look in terms of the output? So it's given us quite a nice alternative to using verbatim. So verbatim, everything's exactly the same. Here, it's actually being a bit more like you'd expect LaTeX to be. It is kind of applying its own rules to the different bits of code. So the different kind of keywords, while, do, the while do, the end while, it has put in bold. And it's also, as you'd expect, I mean, this is all pretty standard mathematical notation because I included it in the dollar sign thing. So that's why that looks pretty standard. But what it's done is it's given some nice consistent indentation to things, and it's showing the different parts of this algorithm. So it's quite nice. And yeah, now we're going to look at one more package for doing algorithms. And that is algorithm 2e. Now you use package algorithm 2e, but then when you introduce the environment, what you're actually doing is declaring the environment algorithm. So we have the algorithm environment here. Now, this is it appears similar when you type up the algorithm to Algorithmic. I am aware that algorithm has a lot of other fancy features that you can do. When you type up an algorithm, you can have that, and I have a feeling that algorithm 2e is what a lot of people tend to use that I have seen before, because what it does is it gives you a nice kind of title for the algorithm with horizontal lines kind of showing it and cordoning off the algorithm from the rest of the document. I will not be including all those little fancy extras. I will only show the bit of code as we're showing in this particular environment and also in verbatim as well, so that you can just compare these on those particular features. But algorithm does include a lot of fancy extras and a lot of things that you can define yourself, so it is a bit more advanced in that respect. But yes, in terms of declaring a simple algorithm, it's actually a little bit less work or less typing to do. So for a particular statement, you don't actually need to use a keyword like state for algorithmic. All I need to do is put the statement that I want. So I can just copy and paste this. And in order to make it readable to algorithm, I just then end it with backslash semicolon. And that's what you get. That is our statement. So next line. Now we want a while. Now while is a bit different. It is just this kind of capitalization of while. And then like before, we have our curly braces that we are going to put the next bit of code within, or pseudocode rather. I'm going to pop that there. And then it's a little bit more Java or C-like in that now you have these curly braces to delineate the next bit of pseudocode. But because we've got a statement, we can just do this. And then we're going to have the nested while loop as before. So I'll just fill in the rest of this pseudocode. And this is what we get at the end. So we have the statements that are just the statements as they were, but with a backslash semicolon, and the while is declared as while, and then the curly braces now include everything within them as well. So you get a little bit more of a different, this is the start and end of the while loop than you did in algorithmic. So how does this look? And what we have here is it's actually not too different to algorithmic, but what you do have is this inclusion of the line here that shows where the while starts and ends, which is quite nice. And now you have these inclusions of the semicolons on the end. Now, this is actually part of the environment. You might think backslash semicolon, that is just including the semicolon, it's not actually needed, but if you remove it, then it makes the while statement kind of follow on the same line, so it is actually necessary by algorithm 2e. So here is the finished result, and we have three alternatives for showing insertion sort in LaTeX. Now, hopefully this video has quickly illustrated some of the pros and cons to using these. We're going from verbatim, which gives you a kind of very easy way of working with things. You don't need to learn any syntax at all. You don't even need to import a package, but at the expense of you then have to come up with your own syntax and way of displaying it, and also at the expense of doing some pretty nice syntax highlighting. So here we have Algorithmic, which does the capitalization on the keywords. And then we have algorithm 2e, which doesn't do capitalization and has a different way of displaying things. It also has some more advanced features. I think in terms of using them for producing the same code, I quite liked using algorithm 2e, but I can also see that algorithm is pretty nice too. And I think it will also depend on which kind of style you enjoy typing with in terms of the LaTeX as well, because as you can see, the results are actually pretty similar. So yes, that was a very brief comparison of a few ways of displaying some pseudocode in LaTeX. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.